Hello, everyone who's here. My name is Haley. I'm a local SEO expert here at Par2, and we also have Rawad.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rawad. I'm from Lebanon. I'm also an SEO expert here at Part2.
So today's webinar is dedicated to Facebook and all the possibilities that this leading meta social network gives to our physical outlets, especially focusing on management for our brands. So as we all know, consumers enjoy having many platforms to choose from when searching for physical stores. It's very important for your business to be visible online and to make the best use of each platform's unique plethora of features and functionalities. We have Google Business Profiles, for example, in which a user can find shop-specific information, like contact information, and then decide whether or not to actually call, or they can simply message the establishment through a chat feature. Moreover, a user can find all of the information on products and services, menus for restaurants, the latest news and events, and other very useful tidbits of information. Just like Google, all other platforms such as Waze, Apple, Instagram, and of course Facebook, which we'll be talking about today, have their own particularities. So I would like to go ahead and introduce the first poll of today. How many of you are already utilizing Facebook in your digital marketing strategies?
You guys would go ahead and answer the poll on the bottom right. There's a small voting section. Take it away.
And let me see here. All right, good. So it looks like most people are using Facebook already. The reason I ask this is because for a business network like yours, it's very important to have a consistent presence on all platforms with the correct information for several reasons. The first is NAP consistency. What is NAP consistency and what does that stand for? The N stands for name, so the name of your store. The A is address, so the address of your establishment, making sure that it's the same on all platforms. And P, phone number. So this is making sure that the contact information is consistent, again, across all platforms. Why is NAP consistency so important and why does it matter for us? This is simply because having correct and consistent information on all platforms will help us to be better positioned on Google, and Google is the application of choice for local digital marketing. The second reason why we need to be present on all these platforms is to facilitate the funnel of possible customers. In other words, we need to generate traffic to our brick and mortar shops, and this is the way to do it. Search and consumption habits are radically different among different age groups. Today, we're seeing a clear generational divide when it comes to the preferred search engine. There are those who search in Google, Facebook, even TikTok and Instagram now. So as the marketing manager of your local shops, you cannot afford to not be present where your target audience is looking for you. So with all that said, the required number of platforms and services are many, and even just managing about 10 points of sale, complying with all of that, keeping up with the information can become quite challenging and complicated for marketing managers. If you imagine you have 10 outlets, that alone would require an exponential amount of manual work to manage the menu, products, depending on the platforms, different categories, messaging services, posts, news, events, etc., reviews even. So it takes a lot of time. And as you can imagine, for 100 establishments, 200 establishments, 2,000 establishments, it's almost impossible to be able to keep up with everything. So now that we have briefly covered the importance of brand presence, let's get to the heart of the webinar. So today we're going to talk about how to sync the information on Facebook, how it's displayed, and what information is seen by your users. We're going to talk about how to manage and optimize the flow of messages on Facebook Messenger and why it's so important to do so for all outlets. How to manage reviews issued by your physical locations and the best practices when responding. And finally, how to communicate with your point of sale network about news, promotions, and events. So first of all, let's look at the importance of Facebook for local referencing. As you can see here in the slide, Facebook is the second largest search engine for local purposes, just after Google. This means that more than 1.5 billion local searches are carried out every day on Facebook, and almost 600 million local pages are viewed daily. These are astronomical figures that place Facebook just second in the rankings. We saw in the two previous slides that local users visit pages for information such as opening hours, reviews, photos, etc., etc. So in short, what they're doing is they're visiting the local shop before physically going there. Through the local pages, as brands, what we can do is we can create a community of networks of establishments. Essentially, what we can do is we can create posts to be consistent with our brand image and voice through these local pages. In this way, we can keep our customers' interest and involvement high with information on the industry, product updates, so on and so forth. The very last important fact is that Facebook has a domain authority of 100 out of 100. This means that Google trusts Facebook completely with the information that's posted on there by users and businesses. So it might be slightly unclear to some of you how information and the shop networks are actually displayed on Facebook. There is a clear division between brand pages and local pages. So let's take a look at this together. Here we have an example of a brand page. Decathlon is one of our longstanding clients, and here we can see the UK national brand page. At this point, accessible from either the desktop portal on the left or visible from the mobile application by clicking on point of sale at the top, we can see a national map with pins marked where Decathlon shops are physically located in this case. By clicking on by clicking on a shop icon, a potential customer can very quickly see the name of the shop, the hours of operation, the full address, and contact information. So this is essentially just the basic information that a user usually searches for on this platform. By clicking successively at the shop, whose information we want to find out more about, we arrive at the shop's location page. In other words, we move away from the general page and are now entering that of a particular shop. So in this case, we are now on the Decathlon shop page for Surrey Keys. Excuse my American accent. Here, we can display all of the information about the premise, such as description of the store, likes, page followers, phone number, email address, the full hours of operation, and the reference categories. This prospect will be able to consult the latest published posts to find out more about special promotions and any brand-related communication. Here, they can also read shop reviews left by other customers, the employees, product services, and so forth. My personal favorite, the ability to reach establishments via messaging on Facebook Messenger. And now Rawad will explain why it's important to have an effective Facebook strategy and how to implement it.
Okay, guys, I want to thank first Haley for setting the tone for our session today. So here I'm going to answer all the questions about the why. Why is it important to manage information on Facebook as well as on other channels? So to make yourself found by your target audiences so that you can so they can find you where they expect you to be. If these users who search for you on Facebook find incorrect information managed by other people, no updates, and so on, you can create frustrations that will spill over into the reputation of your brand and your store in the local area. And we know very well how important the reputation of individual shops is in each area. An unsatisfied user can do a lot of harm. Imagine losing a new customer because they went to your store and found it to be closed, while the information on Facebook indicated it was open. Thanks to the information you enter, your future customers can choose their preferred channel to reach you, be it through Google, Facebook, email, landline, or mobile. Finally, as we have already explained above, correct and consistent information on Facebook helps the positioning of your premises, also on proximity searches on Google through NAP consistency. Moving on. Why is it important to manage reviews and thus the online reputation of the store? Because according to a study on online consumer habits, 91% of users say that they look at reviews before going to a place. So having a good review and a good average rating helps in the user's decision making. Imagine the case we see here on the screen. With this review given to Decathlon UK, Bolton, wouldn't that give you confidence in visiting the store? And it's not only important to get good reviews, it's also super important to manage and respond to them in a way that is consistent with your brand image. This applies to both positive and negative reviews. In the second place, we can provide you with various tips on how best to manage reviews. These are the best practices we have collected from developing projects with our clients, be it drafting guidelines, writing response templates, managing the reputational crisis scenario, and many more. The second reason, very much related to the first, is that 87% of users say that they would never go to a shop with an average rating of less than 3 out of 5 stars. So if one of your network locations has a negative average rating, it is time to take action to help that store regain trust and increase its online local reputation. There is only one thing to specify though. On Facebook, the user can only give the rating of recommended or not recommended. However, on the pages, there is a numerical rating that is calculated by Facebook through a ratio of recommended to not recommended. For those who are interested in boosting your e-reputation, we have prepared a full guide on this and going to share it in the chat section here. So I think it's going to be shared right now in the chat. And another question is, why use Facebook Messenger particularly? In business, as you all know, relationships are everything. Even more so in relationships between a local store and its territory. Every relationship starts with a conversation. This has been true since the dawn of commerce. But today, people and companies increasingly connect a powerful and personal new medium, messaging. People's use of mobile messaging apps is rising rapidly. To date, more than 1.3 billion people use Facebook monthly, which means one in every six people worldwide, and these people exchange more 20 billion messages with locals on a monthly basis. To shed light on new opportunities offered by messaging, we analyzed Facebook's own research, commissioned studies, focus groups, and interviews, and we also looked at third party research for the most useful information. We found that people's expectations of communicating with each other are radically transforming the way they expect to communicate with companies. Although the apps used and the frequency in which people send messages to companies may vary from state to state, the global momentum of messaging is undeniable. More importantly, messaging is creating momentous opportunities for businesses of all types and sizes. People communicate more and more in visual ways. People want human connections, and with messaging making connections easier than ever, perhaps it is no surprise that messaging has become an integral part of the daily lives of billions of people around the world. If you have ever sent a message to someone to ask if it is the right time to call them, you have already experienced this change. In this landscape, Messenger, together with the other services of the Meta Group, WhatsApp, are the most used messaging apps in the world in terms of monthly active users. So, how can Messenger be useful to your business? It is to acquire customers. Messenger helps you simplify customer acquisition by offering people a direct and informal way to consult you on a platform they are comfortable and familiar with. It facilitates sales. With Messenger, customers talk to the brand. And if they were standing in front of the salesperson in the shop, but with the advantages of not having to move, online shopping and the possibility of comparing our offers with those of another service by answering questions quickly and efficiently and recommending the most relevant products. You will create a strong relationship with the user that will help you increase your sales. And finally, it will show you that you care about your customers. Integrating Messenger into a customer service strategy allows customers to communicate with your company in the way they prefer. No more waiting on the phone or keeping website windows open. The conversation takes place within Messenger, an easily accessible place to ask questions and interact multiple times. Finally, the last aspect and functionality we have available on Facebook are posts. For example, store communications. Before looking at why Facebook why use Facebook posts? I'm sorry. Let's talk about how it works. The first is to only post local content, which means that no content will be posted that is not shop specific. The second is to have a showcase only profile. What does that mean? That in reality, there will be no possibility to publish real posts. The profile will only serve to be found and to give the information to users. There will only be hours, phone numbers, address, exceptions, etc. Or there is a possibility of only mirroring the post created by the brand page, which means that all posts that are generated by the brand page are automatically reposted on place pages. Finally, the fourth way is to do a mix. For example, mirroring the post from the brand page and giving the possibility to publish original local posts. The important thing I would like to point out is that if you mirror these posts, all the reactions and likes to the post on the location pages will be added to the main post on the brand page. So the engagement of the brand page also increase. But be aware, the same does not happen with comments. Comments will only regain on the local page. Let us now look at why it is important to also post on store pages. What are the most interesting topics to post and some best practices? First, why is it important to post on local pages? And it is actually for several reasons. Local stores many times have local promotions, local communications, holidays, so it is important to post these types of news exclusive to the store in question. Creating a local community, as you know, is one of the most important aspects for a shop today. This allows them to build customer loyalty, create local ambassadors, and spread news more quickly and effectively. Local posts have a higher conversion rate. People who are subscribed to your local page are very interested in you because they shop from you every day, buy food from their pets from you, buy their latest technology gadgets or clothes from you. So making them aware of this will lead to a higher conversion. Increase your relationship with them even more by responding to their comments and questions left directly on the post. And what possibilities does Facebook give us to post on place pages? We have understood the potential of that Zuckerberg's platform can provide for our point of sale networks. But how complicated can it be to manage everything independently, individually for each point of sale on all the platforms we saw at the beginning of the webinar? And this is why Part 2 was born. An all in one platform that helps you manage your venue information from a single interface for all your outlets and all your local referred platforms. You can now manage all incoming messages to your outlets on Facebook and Google Business Messages, and soon Instagram and WhatsApp, enabling you to service your customers in a way that lives up to expectations. You can handle in a quick, easy, and organized way all the opinions customers leave you on your Google, Facebook, and TripAdvisor boards. And finally, you can also publish your post on your shop tab simultaneously on both Google and Facebook in just a few steps. Everything is easily managed from our platform and analyzed via KPI dashboards. So, as you know, at Part 2, we do a lot of educational webinars on the subject of local marketing, and given the influx of people who always follow us, we think they are quite interesting. So we won't go back to talking about how to manage presence and reputation from a single interface because these are core Part 2 services and have been running for several years already. So we would like to focus on the last two updates, the integration of Facebook Messenger into our product. I'm sorry, the integration of Facebook Messenger into our messages product and the integration of Facebook posts. And now, Haley, take it away.
Thanks, Wad. So starting with the first, the ability to easily manage Facebook posts to your outlets directly and easily from the Part2 application. With the ability to receive push notifications for each new conversation, the ability to easily filter by location, and the ability to respond from both desktop and mobile applications. Knowing that employees in store are usually equipped with smartphones and tablets, they don't want to be running back to deal with this on a desktop portal. We have created an APP to manage everything more simply for them. And what are the benefits of this functionality? So you can manage from a single platform all of the messages that users will send you either through Google Business Messaging or through Facebook Messenger. Soon, we will also adopt the Meta Group's Instagram and WhatsApp platforms as well. to increasingly compete our offer in the field of business to consumer messaging. You can manage chat analytics from our dashboard, number of conversations, messages per conversation, response time, response rate, etc., etc. You can converse with your customers easily through photos and videos. You can include photos of your products in the chat or easily record a video to better explain your product or service and convince the online user to finalize the purchase. As for the last of the features in chronological order, Part 2's platform, also concerning the Facebook channel, we now discuss Facebook posts in detail. We saw earlier how important they are for managing a network of local outlets, animating one's community, and converting local users to in-store customers. Now we understand how, thanks to Part 2, it is even easier to manage everything and what advantages we have. First of all, from the Part 2 platform, we can publish in just a few clicks the posts of our pages, either massively from all stores or by selecting customizable groups or areas, managers of the stores in which to publish. These same posts at our will not only be distributed on Facebook Place pages, but also on the Google tabs of the same shops in Google Posts. Soon, it will also be possible to publish on Instagram. You can analyze the posts from the dashboard with the results of engagement, reviews, clicks, both in aggregate and for the individual post. So we've come to the end of this webinar devoted precisely to the various functions that Facebook provides with us from the point of sale. We also saw earlier from the all-in-one platform of Part 2, how you can manage various functionalities of the Meta Group platforms in an easy, in bulk, organized, and analytical way. If you guys have any questions, please drop them in the chat. We will be more than happy to answer them and make you even more aware of the importance of this platform for you. So let's go ahead and switch on over to the chat.
Come on, guys. We're waiting on all your questions, and we'll be happy to answer everything that you might have about the platform and how we can optimize your presence on Facebook.
So it seems like everyone here is implementing Facebook in their digital marketing strategy. Can I get everyone's opinion on whether or not you would choose to mirror your posts or not, and why? We've got a shy group. The nice thing about mirroring posts is you can maintain a brand voice and a brand image, and it can also be a little bit easier in terms of efficiency as well. All right, well, everyone, thank you so much for joining our webinar today. Please contact us if you have any questions. I believe here we are. We'd be more than happy to have a one-on-one conversation if you would like. And again, thank you everyone for your time today.
Thank you, guys. Have a very good rest of your day. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, we'll be happy to answer our emails. And yeah, don't be afraid to reach out. Have a very good day, guys, and talk to you soon.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.